Hey y'all, it's Taylor from Tattooedteacherplans. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a little bit of back planning of my week in New York / DC, and I have this really fun kit from Firefly Paper Shop. I think it was just called New York City. I will have to look that up. I'll put it on the thumbnail. But this is such a cute photography kit, and I really like the colors in it. So I'm gonna have fun with this. Alright, so we have the full boxes here. This is what my little Airbnb looked like. It's just adorable. We did go to the Statue of Liberty. We tried to go see, like, to the top of the Empire State Building, but it was too foggy that day. But I just love the vibe of this kit. It's just, like, perfect for our trip. And then we've got some functional stuff here. We've got some washi strips, and which I think I may use these two for little labels and stuff. And then we've got the bottom washi, and it is so cool. And we've got a little bit of deco here and the weekend banner. So I think I'm going to use the bottom washi like how it is. I'm not going to cut it down or anything, just because I think it's really interesting. Sidebar wise, I don't know what I'm going to do with the sidebar. I might just like put full boxes or something. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. Now, before I start this back planning of this week, I do want to insert a little vlog right here, and I will go ahead and put a timestamp right here if you want to skip ahead and skip the vlog and go straight to the plane with me. So I lost the clip of me putting down the bottom washi. I don't know where it is. I just lost it. But we're picking up with the date covers, and I chose this orange, like, glittery situation because I thought that it would look cute. And I'm just putting down some date dots, and I'm going to put those across the top. So this was the week of the 17th through the 23rd of June. And most of this week was spent in New York, so that's why I chose this particular kit. But the last part of the week, I went to DC, so we'll get there. And then for the flags, I just am using the ones from the kit, and they're this pretty, like, blue kind of watercolor pattern. And then for glitter headers, I just chose these really light seafoam green ones that I had just in my stash, and I thought they looked nice and kind of bring in more of that green color, which I think is really pretty. And then I just put the weekend banner across the bottom washi. Now for the sidebar, I wanted to just do something a little bit different. So I chose one of the boxes, which this is one of my favorites, which is like the entrance to a subway station. And then I put down the weekly box, and usually I never use those, but for this week, I wanted to put my favorite thing for each day. So I just put fave thing for the title of that little weekly tracker. And then below that, I just wanted to fill the space basically because I didn't feel the need to do habit trackers or anything. So I put a box down at the bottom, and then I'm just pulling in some deco from another kit that I'm going to be using. And I didn't think that I would use it with the spread that I'm intending it for, so I just pulled in this little scene and put in the little New York sticker from this Once More with Love sheet. All right, so we've zoomed in just a little bit, and I'm starting at the bottom and kind of working my way kind of toward the middle. I'm just going to skip around because I didn't really know how to space things for most of these days. So I'm pulling in this little emoji from Coffee Monsters Co. watching TV because my sister and I did a little Netflix binge that night. And because this kit's so small, I did have to bring in quite a few extra boxes. That evening we ate at a Korean barbecue place, which was really, really good. And so I put that in with a little bowl from Plans with Vanessa. And then above that, I put in the Brooklyn Bridge, little full box. And then I'm going to kind of go up at the top. So that morning we I was at my sister's house, and we took her son, my nephew, to his second year checkup appointment. And so he has to kind of see how he's doing, which he's doing amazing. And then below that, we went to 2 places that day just for like errands. We wanted to grab some snacks and stuff for the trip. So we went to Trader Joe's, found some goodies there, and then we went to Target for a couple of things that both of us had kind of forgotten to get for the trip. And then I did want to mark that I finished up my packing. I kind of consolidated. I brought 2 suitcases, one for like my Dallas time and one for like the big trip. And so I just wanted to make sure that everything was ready for the big trip. I made the mistake of overpacking, which is not unheard of for me, but it was a problem because I almost got like charged because it was so heavy. All right, so Tuesday morning, bright and early, like really early. Like we left the house at 4, I think, because I got up at 3:30. So we took off at 6:10 to go to New York, and we arrived and we decided to go ahead and Uber to our Airbnb because we were not quite ready to brave public transportation. We did that afternoon, but we just weren't quite ready. We were like both, high anxiety. Okay, so once we got to our Airbnb, we dropped off our stuff, but we couldn't check in. So we decided to head over to Times Square, and on the way we stopped by the New York City Public Library, which was really fun. I wanted to see the inside of it because I've seen it in movies and things, and it was beautiful. It was like everything that you think it's going to be. And we also were learning to navigate. Really, my sister was learning to navigate because I'm hopeless. Like, I just can't. I can't figure out where we were. Like, I just can't. So I just let her take over that because she was really good at it and I was just lost all the time. So we got our little subway passes. Is that what they were called? It was like a 7-day pass. And thank goodness for Google Maps and all of that because it led us where we needed to go. So I just completely forgot to put the New York City Library back on there. But we did go to the library. Then we went to a bunch of Japanese stationery stores. So I have that little mild liner from Coffee Monsters Co. And then below that, we went and stood in line in the rain. It was raining all day. And we stood in the rain to get tickets for Mean Girls. And then we went back to our Airbnb and I promptly fell down at the Airbnb and broke my wrist. And it was like the worst sound and the worst pain I've ever felt. I can like hear it in my head right now. It was so bad. So we rushed over to the Harlem hospital because we were staying in Harlem, which was a really cool experience. I recommend it. We had the cutest little brownstone, even though it totally broke my wrist. We were at the hospital until like 10:30. And I'm putting down a little burger and fries down there because we called Uber Eats to bring us Shake Shack when we got back to the Airbnb because I had pain pills, so I was feeling okay, but we were starving. We didn't even eat lunch. So yeah, we were starving. So we ate and went to bed. I'm just putting in the full boxes right now. I wanted to use those across the middle. I thought that was cute. And actually the one that's cut off between the 2 pages, that's what our brownstone looked like. It was really cute. And then I'm just filling in the rest of I'm just staggering them. No rhyme or reason to that. Okay, so we woke up Wednesday morning and we decided to make the best of our trip and the circumstances and everything. And I got my medicine and we were off. We walked 13 miles this day. And the first thing we did was we walked through Central Park on the way to the Met. And that was so fun. You know, you see it in like movies and stuff and it's so beautiful. And it was kind of raining and stuff, but I had like a poncho thing that I had wrapped around my cast and we were fine. We had our umbrellas. We were good. So we did go to the Met and then we quickly went through the Guggenheim. It was really crowded in the Guggenheim. So we didn't stay too long there. And then I'm working kind of at the bottom up. But the last thing we did that night was Junior's Cheesecake. Mainly because it was like right outside the theater. And this night we went to go see To Kill a Mockingbird. So I have a little playbill sticker there with tickets and the movie marquee. So I'm putting that in. It was incredible. Like one of the best experiences of my life. I think I cried in both acts. It was just so good and highly recommend it. And before that, we had walked over to Max Sosa, which Lakin had recommended, Playing with Lakin, if you don't know. She had recommended that restaurant to everybody in a like visiting New York video that she had done like months ago. And we remembered that because my sister watches her too. That food was amazing. So good. It's cash only, so bring cash. But it was delicious. Highly recommend. Okay, so then on Thursday, I was worn out. So we kind of decided to take it a little bit slower on Thursday. Maybe 13 miles was a little too much. We were both tired though. So we got up and we were going to the 9/11 Museum and Memorial, which that's a beautiful museum. It's very emotional. Like there was a section it felt like a maze and it was very crowded and there was so much information, you know, coming at you. It was really intense, but it was important, I think. And so we spent probably like 2 hours there. And that was a good amount of time. Like we saw everything, but it was like emotionally exhausting. I was a senior in high school when 9/11 happened. So it kind of brought up a lot of memories and you were just kind of like soaking in everything, like all these different stories. I do recommend you go to see it. I'm just marking it with a little heart here because I wasn't sure what to kind of mark with that event and like place that we went. And then below that, I wanted to mark that we went on a TV and movie tour. It was okay. We actually got off the bus early because it was like closer to our Airbnb to get off at that point to get on the subway. So we left it a little early. It wasn't what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be different, but it was okay. We got to see a couple of different places. And then I'm just marking some things in the evening there. We went and got pizza at Ray's, which was in Times Square. Delicious pizza. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. And we did go see Wicked this evening. And Wicked is it's just incredible. If you get a chance to see it live, go see it. Because it was amazing. I had never actually seen a production of it. I have like listened to the music for, I don't even know how long since it came out. But I've never like seen it in person and it was so good. So I'm just marking here that we had a little nap before we went out to go eat, and we just need a little recharge time, you know? And then up at the top, this is where I'm marking the TV and movie tour with a little Big Apple sticker. I totally messed up my writing on this, and it doesn't look great. It doesn't look good at all, but I didn't want to reuse. I like that color of the box, so I didn't want to like tear it up or whatever. Okay, on to Friday. So we started Friday with the Statue of Liberty in Ellis Island. So I'm just using this little, it's the same Once More with Love sheet. I'm just using that little deco piece, and that was really fun. I didn't know what to expect. It was like smaller than I thought it would be, but it was really interesting. And the weather actually ended up being really, really good for this day, which was awesome because before this, it was just raining all the time. Okay, then we went to Greenwich Village and the Friends apartment. So the B-roll where they show the outside of the Friends apartment, that's what we went and saw. It was really fun. Like we just like turned the corner and there it was. It was so like surreal. So I just have this little piece of deco from, again, that kit that I'm going to use in another spread. And I'm just marking at the bottom the train to DC. We almost, I wouldn't say almost missed our train, but we could have if we were like 5 minutes later. It was a little rough. And I put the hot dog there because we went and got Nathan's hot dogs before we got on the train. We also went to the Chelsea Market after the Friends apartment because we were like kind of close over there. And then we also went to get gelato at the Chelsea Market and walked the High Line, which was really, really fun. It was really interesting. Like I've never seen anything like it. And we saw that big beehive thing. I don't remember what it's called, but that was really cool. That's another one of those things you like turn the corner and it's like there. It was crazy. Okay, so the next morning we woke up on Saturday and we were in DC. So first thing is we went to the Arlington Cemetery. I had been there in 8th grade, but I didn't remember a whole lot. And so it was good to go back and see all of that. And then we walked to the National Mall, like the whole thing. The whole thing. It was a long, long way. But we walked all the way down. We, of course, stopped at the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument. And then we kind of turned the corner and went and had lunch in a little park that was like across from the Washington Monument. We went to one of the halal carts, which we ate at those like twice, and at both of times was really good. I was looking for something that would like resemble what we ate, but I couldn't find anything, so I'm just using these utensils here from Bubba Bear Studios. And then I kind of got mixed up on my days here, so I'm going to pull up this half box in a minute and move it over to Sunday. There we go. Okay, so after we had lunch, we went to the National Museum of American History with the Smithsonian. It was like right there, so we just decided to go over there. I was so tired. My sister wasn't feeling well, so we didn't stay a super long time. We went back to, we were staying at her sister-in-law's house, so we had dinner at her house. We actually had, well, not we, her sister-in-law had friends over from Uganda because her sister-in-law and her family are going to be actually moving to Uganda in a couple of weeks. She works for the State Department, and so that's where they got stationed, and they're headed that way. So they had some friends over actually from Uganda to just like pick their brains about different things, which was really interesting to hear about. It's kind of fascinating. Okay, and then on Sunday we got up and we had a reservation at the National African American History Museum, and this is another one that is like amazing. Like, I learned a lot going through there. It's a really, really well thought out museum, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was hard at times because a lot of that history is like not, not good, but it's important to learn about and make sure that we can apply it to the future. So after that, we had lunch in the park again, another halal cart, and it was delicious. And then that afternoon, we went to the Holocaust Museum in DC, and that I had been there again on that trip in 8th grade, but it was kind of a blur, it was a long time ago. So that was really another important place to go. This was kind of a hard day, but it was like important. And so I pulled in this emoji because you just kind of feel drained after that. And it was really nice because we got to go have dinner with our cousins whom we haven't seen in a while. And we got to meet our new little cousin who was born, and it was just really nice way to end the evening. And then I'm just filling in my sidebar with my favorite things for each day. So Monday was the excitement before the trip. Tuesday was soaking it in. Wednesday was the To Kill a Mockingbird play. Thursday was Wicked. Friday was the Friend's apartment. Saturday was the Lincoln Memorial, and Sunday was family time. So here it is, super cute. Let me zoom in and show you everything a little bit closer because I know we kind of rushed through that and I changed a lot of stuff, and I was having a bit of a hard time working with the kit because it's very small, but I made it work. So here's the first part of the week. Oh, it's so cute. I love this kit, like the photographs and stuff. It's so cute. And then over here on this side. Oh, fun. All right, so that is the week in full. I hope that you enjoyed this plan with me and the vlog. And if you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel. And I'll see you next time. Bye!